Good morning, Psychic America. This is Tracy Brown coming to you today, August 19, 2014. Today we are going to do the Ferguson controversy in Missouri. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to figure out if the Ferguson police and the county police, I guess they're called, are going to make an arrest finally on Darren Wilson. Part of the controversy is that they need justice for the death of this teenager. The people want justice because news reports have indicated, particularly from the autopsy, that there was not a struggle, that the officer's life was not being compromised, and that he was not shot in close proximity, close range, which would indicate that the officer was in fear for his life. I'm discovering that police departments all over the country has received billions and billions of dollars to upgrade their equipment and their armor, and even get some armored trucks and some training for terrorist activity. And that in itself is making these cops and departments like maybe wanting to portray themselves like in a grandiose kind of way, like RoboCop type of thing. Like that's what I'm kind of discovering. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. So, I'm also disgusted with the media because the media tends to portray African American kids one way and non-African American kids another way. For instance, there was an Oregon shooting of a Caucasian suspect, and the way it's portrayed is, he had a fascination with guns, but he was a devoted Mormon. And whereas Trayvon Martin was portrayed to say that, well, the shooting happened because he was suspended 3 times from school. And I'm getting this from which website? So I can be fair to the website. Oh, this is an article from the Huffington Post that's out. It was out on 8/14, where they portrayed like media coverage, and the way it's announced to the world or announced to the public is that the black teen was horrifically bad and the shooting was justified, but its counterpart, white teenager, and an equally horrifically bad situation, they add that he was, he was a straight A student, or he was, a devoted Mormon, blah, 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 blah. So I've avoided this this question because I just felt like I didn't have all the facts, ironically, even though I'm a psychic. I didn't have all the facts. But I kind of did the same thing with Trayvon Martin. When it's a death and it's this close personally, sometimes it's best not to dive in, And so what I'm looking at today, I'm looking at whether or not the officer that shot Mike Brown in Ferguson, Missouri, the officer that created all of this drama in the first place, will Ferguson find justice in having him arrested and being accounted for? Because this is a crime. The officer committed a crime. Okay, so the protests are going to go on for a while. There's a dance that's being done between the media and the protesters, and that's the way I get it. I get it as movement or as a dance. This is going to go on for a minute. There's definitely going to be some major changes, very major. And I feel excitement. I feel like, oh my God, finally. I get that, although I get that the people of Ferguson are actually feeling empowered by the media coverage and by what's been going on, even though they're being affected and hurt in the process. This is their way of taking their control back. Ferguson has lost what they thought was harmony, but there was never harmony. And I do feel like compassion from the world is finally going to go toward Mike Brown and against the Ferguson police and the county police. Like, I do feel like even the media is going to start to portray him more as a victim and see the cop as like sinister. Whenever I have something like this, I struggle. It's just what I do. I struggle. I do believe that there is going to be a breakthrough. I do believe that there's more fighting still. I do believe that Ferguson's economy will get compromised. I do feel like there's going to be more stores that is going to get hit before the police come to their senses and realize that maybe they became the problem. They, the police, not the police officer. I'm not talking about Darren Wilson. At this stage of the game, the police department is part of the problem now. And I think they do come to their senses. And I think they're embarrassed by the media attention. And at this stage of the game, I think they're looking to rebuild in a healthy way for the public to see. So there is growth, but the growth only comes because there is a breakthrough. And yes, it does. It takes a minute, though, guys, and it takes crippling the economy in Ferguson. Unfortunately, it takes a little bit more of the struggle. However, Ferguson is going to get to the point where they're going to understand that all of their resources are being utilized and being compromised, and they're not putting their financial resources to good use. So, energetically, this comes down to money. Energetically, it's not even the embarrassment. This town will be on the verge of bankruptcy. It takes 1 week to a month, but, I think they have to convene a grand jury. So I get up from 1 week up to a month, no later than a month. An arrest or an indictment maybe or something like that will be handed down against Darren Wilson. The decision comes to move in that direction because it's very, very important that they finally get it, that it's very important that blacks and whites in this town get along. So, Ferguson finally gets the message because in a weird kind of way, I get a relationship. So, I get harmony, and the Two of Cups also means a relationship. And it's polar opposite. So, although this is male and female, and that's how it's represented for me, it means polar opposites. So there's a relationship where Ferguson concedes, they they finally get it and they finally realize. I don't think they're going to say it out loud, but I think they get that we were wrong. We need help. This has been going on for a while, and we're going to do everything we can to repair this community by implementing education on both sides so that this town can work out its differences. I do believe that they will, yeah, see, no matter what. That's amazing. I keep getting the Lover's card. Yes, yes, yes. Lovers, Two of Cups, harmony. There's going to be some structural changes by the polar opposites, and it will be so clear and so identifiable and so strategic that you're going to see it like documented on what they're planning to do to repair the situation in Ferguson. I do believe it does get repaired. I don't believe it does not get repaired unless there's an arrest, and there will be. There kind of has to be. I get like, I don't know the system very well myself, but I get like that a decision is made and then an indictment and then an arrest. That's what I'm getting. I get that the African American men and boys watching, and men right now are going to be victorious. Like, this fight, unfortunately, will not end. And then even after they have this indictment or arrest or both, the African American men are, not only are they going to participate in rebuilding and restructuring, but they're going to be in the front lines and fighting and saying, this is what we want now. So I also see some political adjustments in this town, guys. There's going to be some, they've proven their strength, and I see major changes even in your politics. You know, I gotta tell you, it feels very South African to me, very South African apartheid to me, what's going on in Ferguson, and I think that's what maybe a lot of the public doesn't understand, that there's a repressed system, and again, there are like only 3 African Americans on the whole police force, 1 Hispanic. I got this from a video from, oh dear, Oliver something, late night tomorrow, something like that. I'm so bad at this stuff. Why do I do these videos when I don't do my homework? But in any case, I got a lot of my information from this guy. I think his name is Oliver, from the show Late Night Tomorrow. Oh, let me see. I'll tell you right now, because I have my computer on. Late Night, IGHT, Oliver. I think he's on HBO, so let's see. It's HBO. John Oliver. What's the name of his show, though? In any case, I got a video from one of my friends, and this particular video about the Ferguson case was amazing to watch. I'm going to have to wrap this up in a minute, guys. But his name is John Oliver, and I don't see the name of his show. Doesn't really matter. It does matter. But his name is John Oliver. Just looking up on the internet. I definitely do see some relationship that's going to get repaired. It's going to get better, get a resounding yes for an arrest. I'm still getting has to get bad before it gets better, but I definitely see that it will get better. Not comfortable about posting this, but you know me, guys. I'm going to have to post it anyway, so hopefully I'll get to do another one on this. Thanks for tuning in. Join me on YouTube. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.